Hello, everybody. Bought some spilled paint pot. Gosu, welcome in. Hope you guys are doing great today. We're just gonna go ahead and get started on some tanks, trucks, whatever we call them. But first, I do want to show you guys. Hold on. We'll get to those in a second. I sanded and ignore all the white residue. It's just leftover resin. But I assembled a little artillery piece. Look at it. Isn't that great? So, downside is it doesn't fit on a 100 mil base. So I'm gonna have to get creative with where this thing goes. But yeah, that's an actual Earthshaker gun for the militia. So, the wheels are super tiny. I guess it's not that big of a deal, though. Like, that's my biggest complaint, is the wheels just look really small. But I guess it doesn't need huge tires. So, excuse me. Got myself an Earthshaker gun. Okay, next. I did put a kind of a wash on all the bone on these. So, I'm going to take a very large brush, and I'm going to do a little bit of dry brushing. So I'm going to go about this. So let's just make sure our bristles are good. We're going to go do like some big picture dry brushing on the bone, and then we'll get a smaller brush later. Too much paint. Too much. Let's get a little more of that off. Obviously, we're going to try to avoid the silvers and some of the other areas, but it's alright if we're not perfect, because this is actually our first highlight color. So, I'm using dark ivory. That's my color. What's up, Mydrol? So, just something to kind of catch the edges. We're just going to try to highlight these minis all day. If we can't just finish them. Mailed out to the client this weekend. Dry brush will kind of even out some of the colors, like the wash that stained a little bit on some different areas. So that'll kind of help us get some better colors on here. I did notice I bought a new bottle of Seraphim Sepia, and I had my old bottle for a long time. So I went from the old formula to the new. And I noticed the new formula, Seraphim Sepia, definitely has a lot more orange in it. More than like a classic kind of sepia wash. And that's, you know, it's a little annoying. They change the color on it. But we'll adapt. We'll adapt. Piece is turning out quite well. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're getting there. definitely have to come back over the silvers. That's okay. Dry brushing isn't taking too long, so that's nice. We're just trying to capture some of these edges. How's everybody's Wednesday? Nothing amazing from GW News. I saw they put out some erratas and FAQs about all the new detachments and stuff coming out for 40k, and what Joy Toy has Age Sigmar stuff they're making. Isn't my wheelhouse, but if you like collecting Joy Toy stuff and you're into Sigmar, then might be something you're really interested in. Hey Smago, how you doing? After these Votann minis, the next commission we have to work on is more Space Marines, so it's more 40k, but then we're doing kind of a hybrid job of we got some guard to paint, like some actual guard to paint for someone, and a whole bunch of Star Wars Legion, including some Star Wars Legion minis I have never painted before. So I am excited to paint something from, you know, different miniature line, different game. So that should be a lot of fun. Yeah, we're gonna try to get that done. Lots of clones and droids, both. So took a sick day today, not feeling 100%. Yeah. Hey, that's cool, man. Nice. Get some work in. If you're, you know, if you're not feeling great though, take a break. But if you're just feeling like you need a day off, that's also fine. I'm a big fan of taking mental health days. Sick all weekend, took Monday off. There you go, man. What's up, Trek? How you doing? That side. Going. Job's not important, more important than your health. Exactly. Yep. Company's not losing any money because you take a sick day. Your boss is still gonna get his third yacht. Test my patience with a tiny squad of number transfers on shoulders. Yeah, the number transfers are the worst. I did a job a long time ago. Like an aircraft. It was like a Valkyrie. and the person wanted numbers, and he wanted like specific fonts, and I found like dry transfers, and I used dry transfers for the first time. It was miserable. They're so bad. Like, they just break so easily. It was impossible. Okay, so a little difference. Brightened up a little bit, getting a little bit of the edges there. Let's get this other one. Dry transfers, yeah. Picture advice early. Yeah, no problem. I didn't realize that was you, man. Awesome, though. Glad I could help. I don't know if you guys saw. Oh, cool. All right, there's a new member of our Discord, and I want you guys to be very kind to this new member of the Discord. It is Mr. Painty, is their name. Mr. Painty is a bot that's gonna be helping out a little bit around the Discord. You are free to ask Mr. Painty questions. I think the way it works is you get like 10. You can like write. It's like a command where you can ask Mr. Painty questions. And he'll answer. No bullying the bot. No, we're gonna be friendly to this bot. Very friendly bot. Yeah, you can ask like 10 questions or something. You get like 10 commands. Something with the Meeseeks bot thing. But yeah, and he's a little paintbrush. You know, loves to help. So if you got questions, I asked him yesterday if like what's the best way to win at Warhammer 40k, and he gave solid answers. So yeah, so be friendly to Mr. Painty. I tried to get something reminiscent of Clippy from the old Windows days for any of the older members of the yep. Mydrol knows. Washed up drunk Clippy for his new disc. No, he's not drunk. No. Just young and positive. Ready to help. Yep, yeah. I'm trying to play both sides, so you know, I always come out on top. That's what you gotta do. I'm fine with GLaDOS, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Painty should be, let's see, he posted, alright, whenever I go live on YouTube, or if I post a YouTube video, he'll post YouTube videos right on Discord. So, so you'll get notifications for those. Unfortunately, I don't think I can separate out when I go live and when I post an actual video, but, you know, I don't want to keep like spamming you guys with a whole bunch of notifications every day because I go live on YouTube every day I'm live. So yeah. If you jump in Discord, you'll see some new things. He also reposts my Instagram posts. So, but that takes a couple hours because Instagram is apparently a big pain for reposts. So. Or to get those little auto post bots to work. Chaos Mr. Painty soon? Maybe. My Redemptor Dreadnought today. Advice on vehicles compared to units. It's going to take a lot more time. And, yeah, I mean, you're dealing with a lot of flat spaces. So, just be prepared for, like, when you're painting, like, doing, you know, that's a multiple thin coats thing to cover your brush strokes and all of that. Otherwise, man, it's just a big mini. Raja, what's going on? I'm getting the itch to play some Star Wars tabletop games. You have tutorials on YouTube or Patreon? I do not yet. No. I have a lot of ideas. I have a series I was just thinking of doing that. I'm actually filming stuff for, and that's like way easier to film than what I've been working on, because I've been learning a lot basically myself about getting tutorials out there. But yeah, I have a series that I think is or a couple that are relatively unique. I think one is more of a general like painting type thing, and one is like way more specific to Warhammer with some like general concepts in it. So yeah, as of right now, if you need help with painting and you want to ask me, Discord, or just ask me while I'm live, here is the best way. But yeah, I want to get stuff out there. I finally feel like I'm, you know, maybe have some decent ideas to contribute something. So I don't want to be another dude that's just like how to dry brush miniatures, you know, which I mean, at this point I kind of feel like I would appreciate more videos like that, because that's how I kind of like got into watching like YouTube painters. Like, man, I really want to learn this technique, and so I would find YouTubers, and over time those guys just kind of moved away from that stuff, and they all just kind of run vlogs now, and that's just kind of what happens, I guess. But yeah, so I want to find something I feel like is worth people's time. It's just I'm also like I'm really bad at just like overthinking things to the point to where I don't do it. So, but I have been actually recording video for some stuff that again is way easier to record than like my first like big attempt at trying to do this. So, let's see. Okay. The tanks are dry brush. Let's get these guns. I'm going to be done with this big brush here. What's going on here, Raptor? Get some painting in. Nice. I have so many things like on the desk I want to paint right now. A shame. I just need so much more time. Okay, we're going to use this nasty brush right here. Eventually, the goal is videos on YouTube with some more in-depth things on Patreon. again, it's a lot of work. I don't, so like, I think a lot of people that do a lot of this, like YouTube stuff, and like in this sphere, like, not only are they like really into the painting hobby, like their other hobby is like camera stuff, or like photography or videography or like video editing or something. And so that, like, videography and editing and stuff is not a hobby of mine, and I know nothing about it. So like everything I've learned about like trying to get, like a good picture on my camera, or to take decent photos, or to edit a video, it's all been stuff I've like had to learn. And it's not like, oh man, this is like the coolest thing I could ever do kind of thing. It's like, I just want to paint minis. And this is like another kind of step. And it's like, it's something I want to learn. It's really difficult when I don't like, a lot of concepts of that stuff. It's really hard to understand. So yeah, it's a whole like different thing. I'm gonna limit the gray on my desk. Make an exception for Krieg though. Yeah. Krieg are cool. I always wanted a Krieg army as a kid. I used to, as like a teenager, I used to scour the Forge World website like weekly, just to look at all the Krieg miniatures and the crazy tanks and everything. It's a big reason why I am going to get a Malkador Infernus, like 100%. I will get it and I will use it every chance I get, because it's so cool. Just that classic, like, Forge World ridiculous, like, grim dark nonsense. So good nostalgia. Groovy, welcome, man. Hey, finally caught stream in decent time. I saw you jumping in yesterday right as I was getting off. What's Malkador Infernus? You can look that up. Malcador. It's a new vehicle that's being released for... It's the Solar Auxilia is the faction that's being released for. It used to be just a regular guard tank. Imperial Guard could take. Yeah, it's a tank with a flamer and a fuel cart. But the flamer, like, spans the entire length of the tank and is, like, part of the hull. It's not, like, on the turret. It's a Titan flamer. That's inside the tank. It was an old Forge World design from, like... from like, 20 years ago. That they used to make in resin when they made, all the Malkadors in resin. They came out with those. And it was like a Krieg option. Death Corps of Krieg option. Alright, we did our dry brushing there. Let's do a little bit of dry brushing for our, I'm going to use this Nova Orange, actually, on our orange and red. Yeah, it's a super cool looking tank. I saw your question to Mr. Painty, Smago. That's funny. Yeah, not quite. Space Marine Army? For 40k, no. Yeah, the Flamestorm template. So good. A lot of Gladiator today. Kind of missed the treads. Yeah, I agree. The, yeah, something more industrial, right, about a tank on treads as opposed to a hover tank. When everyone gets a hover tank, it makes the hover tanks a little less special. But it's weird to have like the Imperium look like sleek and modern. Even Space Marines are supposed to look like very baroque and like industrial. Nova Orange is a great color. I did not think that. Big gun Gladiator. Yeah, I think there's separate parts for the Gladiator and the Impulsor. If you got a friend with a 3D printer, there are ways to people make upgrade kits to be able to swap those out. I printed a Zen got an Impulsor as part of like a combat patrol, and I printed a Gladiator upgrade piece thanks to a viewer on Twitch recommended this STL to us, and we got it, and it fit perfect, and it was made to magnetize and everything. So he has like a Gladiator. He uses it as a Gladiator mostly now. He doesn't never use it as an Impulsor, but it just snaps on the top, and you can't even tell. Or a tank's not a real tank. How are you supposed to crush infantry? Exactly, yeah. Unless it's like, you know, super violent in that it forces down whatever's under it, you know? The anti-grav, like, pushes, and then you have the weight of the tank coming down on you. I guess it's just more dispersed. Who knows? Who knows what it'd be like? Be like those car wheels. You ever see those old videos? People testing those old car wheels that were just like huge rubber, like bouncy wheels, and they just run over somebody with it, and they're just cool with it. No issues. Gladiator, I can just not glue the top gun. There's a way to build it so you can swap between them. I'm sure there is. Yeah, I'm sure there's ways to make different Gladiators. You have to do the hull weapons too, though. So you gotta be careful with that. Because the hull weapons are different on the different variants. It probably doesn't matter as much. Like, the top gun is probably all that anybody realistically cares about, but you know, if you're going to be magnetizing it, it's just something to keep in mind. I'm hoping to get to a point with all these minis where I just finish one thing and I just finish a whole bunch of others. I have 25, 26, I don't know, like 60, 70 minis on the desk. Most of those are just militia that'll paint really fast, but I have to free up. It's like those, like a movie with a quest chain, and you keep getting quest chains and you can't complete the main one because you have all the side ones to do. It's like that right now, where I need the paint holders for the first 20 guys to give them to the next 20, you know, to get the next group with paint holders. So it's just taking up a lot of space. Like things are just taking up things I need, so I can't get those things, but I have a start on everything, so it's all just kind of moving. Not too many people care about WYSIWYG, especially when you have monopose minis. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Daredevil trailer. Was that Lord of Trek recommended that to me the other day? I never watched it. Failure. I never got into Daredevil anyway, so except for the Ben Affleck one way back when. It's Ben Affleck, right? I think if I finish these tanks a good time, the things I'm going to start on are my Dreadnought. I'm gonna work on my Dreadnought a little bit. because he's the closest to being done. Just to have that. Okay, so right up there. Yeah, if you really don't want to care about WYSIWYG, play Xenos. That's the way to go if you don't want to bother magnetizing any of your minis ever, because most people play some version of Imperium or Chaos factions, and they don't know what specific Xenos weapons are. So you can just tell people what they are, and they just kind of believe you. It just kind of makes sense, you know. They don't know a Dark Lance from a Disintegrator, so. And cover up some transgressions here. Put all the guns on your Tau units. Yeah. Just put all of them on, and then, yeah. Then just tell people what you want to equip at any particular time. I read that Mechanicum in 30k, in Big 30k, I don't know how they play in Imperialis, but in Big 30k they play like Tau, kind of like old school Tau. Like lots of big robots, like huge amounts of shooting, and like a couple like linebacker units, but otherwise it's just like stand and shoot while doing like the minimal amount of movement to grab objectives and stuff. So I was listening to someone talk about that, about how they played Tau back in the day, and so when they saw that Mechanicum kind of played like Tau, that's when they jumped in to 30k. Which is cool. We have some potential Mechanicum players in our group, but all these people paint so slow. Eldari Flamer from anything? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Eldari weapons are all ridiculous. It's like, I know of people that like magnetize the different missiles in the bottom of their like Dark Eldar razor wings, and it's like, what's the point? Like, first of all, it's on the bottom of the miniature, and second of all, no one knows the difference between a Shatter Strike missile and a, like, I don't even know, a Monoscythe missile. Like, none of that matters. No one knows. I don't even think most Drukhari players can tell you which missile's which. And just the fact, like, it's underslung on the wings, like, you're not going to see them 99% of the time anyway, so. Hey, Omega Dez, what's up? Change missile from not being one shot in either or. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when you picked 4 missiles, and all 4 of them were one shot, so you had to just kind of deal with like keep track of the missiles and everything. Which that would be a situation where it makes sense to magnetize, because you know you fire a missile and you pop it off. Like that's cool. You know, like that's thematic, unnecessary, but yeah. Watching paint makes me believe I could be at home painting instead of suffering here at the office. Yeah. I have a Omega Des. First of all, I'm sorry. You know, I wish you could all be at home painting right now and just chilling. But I have a video series I am filming for, and I'm gonna see if I can do something. I say this all the time. I have legitimate ideas and I'm like writing out like a script kind of thing and stuff. But a part of it is I talk about how you can hobby while you're at work. It's not quite like it's not the same. I will say it's not like you're bringing minis into work to paint, but like the things that you can do. So I remember my days of working a real job and just sitting around daydreaming, you know, about everything I could be doing. So while I could, work in a call center, clean mold lines, yeah. Have a hobby night with friends tonight, so I'll be playing a lot of Kill Team. Oh, that's cool. That's good. It's good, Omega Des, yeah. Alright. Next thing we're gonna do, finished up those dry brushes, we're gonna go through of these lovely light bronze. Quick highlight on these. Have to be perfect. We just don't want to get the edges. Hobby night's the best thing. Painting with friends. Yeah, painting with friends is motivating. That's, let you know a secret. That's half of the reason why I stream. Because it's my motivation to actually paint. You guys want to know how I paint so many minis? It's because I stream a lot. And I have forced myself to, while I stream. The Cargo 8 hauler. Oh, nice. The Cargo 8 haulers, the one thing I know like they're used in Necromunda, right? But they're used in 30K. Yeah, Imperialis Militia Army. That's their troop transport. It's a Cargo 8. It's a semi-truck. That's all it is. And you can kind of war rig it if you want, like load it down with like heavy stubbers and stuff. But it's just a dirt cheap, like awful transport for tons of units. It's an expensive piece of terrain for my cult. Yeah, there you go. Recommendations for hobbies, like clippers. I use like Knipex is the brand. I had a pair of Army Painter ones, and they're the only pair of clippers I've ever had that have broken on me. So, take that information how you will. But, yeah, the Knipex ones have been really good. I've also heard good things about stuff like the God Hand brand is another, like one I've heard good things about. Um, even if you don't get like the most expensive brand, they're like purpose made for minis. Knipex, Knipex. I feel like they crush more than they cut. Yeah, you also have to sharpen your clippers too. So you can sharpen them. It doesn't last forever, but you can keep sharpening your clippers. What you do is you take some aluminum foil and you fold it up to get a nice thick, like chunky piece of foil. And you just take your clippers and you clip through that a bunch, and that'll sharpen your clippers. You'll notice a difference. Knipex is it's like an electrician company, so you might have to dig a little bit to find like the reasonable pair. They're also pretty pricey if I remember correctly. I was actually spoiled. Someone hired me for a commission and they sent those to me. I'm not completely sure why. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna assemble my minis? Like, here, take this. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay. You believe I used those doll things for 20 years? Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, so the best God Hand are $60. They have other ones that are a lot cheaper. I bought the Painting Wife a pair that was like 15 or 16 because she actually clips spare bits off of sprues for me, which is like a lot. I get a lot of I go through a lot of sprues, but she volunteered to do that for me, so I bought her own pair of clippers and she likes them. So big thing is when you're using your clippers, don't twist your hand to get pieces off. That's how you break them. Next one. Yeah, the $60 ones are like made for like Gundam. I think all of God Hand are kind of made for Gundam, with Gundam in mind. But their kind of like claim is that you can clip and you don't have to like trim after that with a knife. They work like that mostly. They get a lot smaller nub. They're a lot more like precision. They're very sharp. The way they cut is you can tell it's a lot higher quality. Yeah. You can keep cutting it up into rock chunks and just cutting and cutting. Yeah, that's true. The actual sprues, yeah, that's true, Troy. We don't do that. We just recycle the sprues, the empty sprues, but yeah, we get all the bits off there. So I have a giant box full of bags that are labeled for different games and factions, and they have their bits. I probably have hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of spare bits that I could probably sell at any given moment. Rogel Dorn, yeah, okay. At the rate bits go for. Yeah, bits are expensive. Yeah, just buying bits. Plastic shape. Here you go. There. Knights, because the Knights box didn't come with a sprue for the Canis Rex. Oh, yeah, yeah. What bits are there for Canis Rex? I know it's like an extra sprue. Is it just like the infantry guy afterwards, or are there like specific weapons that are only used by Canis Rex? Because Canis Rex is like a unique character, right? One more for 2K, dang. One more Knight. Different grade chunks, 15-gram bag, so for $25. Oh, so you're telling me like, Troy, you're just saying like just clip the sprues into little rubble bits and then just sell the rubble bits as well. So just sell everything, like no waste out of the set. Even if it's like per like gram or whatever, or by weight. That's not a terrible idea. I feel like that wouldn't sell for much, but you know, again, it's if you're using everything, right? I wonder if you could almost pay for certain sets that you buy, like buy a set, and by the time you sell all the added like extra bits and everything, I wonder if you could end up making your money back on sets, like if it end up paying for the set. An option on eBay, it's $60. Yeah. It's a whole sprue. It's a dude and some weapon options. Okay. Right. Stuff done. Plan on magnetizing. Yeah. If you're magnetizing, then $60 might not be bad. Or do you think you just buy another, like, find Canis Rex as a full mini and buy it? Okay. Those little weapons, I got some dark neutral gray.
I believe, every day's a good day when you...
Hey, Hetzer, what's going on, man? How you doing? Thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it, dude. Almost 3 years you have been subscribed to my channel. That is wild. You may be the second longest running subscriber to my channel, I think, behind Zendraw. Dude, Nancy Kerrigan, yeah, just hit him in the shin with a wrench. Or a hammer, or whatever it was she used. Oh my gosh. Highlights on that black. Do highlights on this black. Remember, were you still working outside the hobby when you started streaming? I was, yeah. I had a real job. Got my delusions of grandeur after I started streaming. That's crazy. I used to paint minis here, and I would stream 2 nights a week, and I would just paint minis for fun. I was just finding all kinds of random stuff. I wasn't even playing Warhammer at the time. I wasn't playing 40k or anything like that when I started streaming in, like, was that 2021? I was just finding random minis around my house to paint. There was one set I got, and it was the Underworld. Was it Curse City, maybe? Was that 2021 when Curse City came out? I grabbed that. Because I really wanted Undead to paint, and so I was painting some of Curse City and that the Vampire, like, Underworlds team on stream. I would paint the occasional 40k mini, but really it was just all kinds of random things I was painting. I was just trying to find things to paint on stream. Then it turned into a job. I started painting other people's 40k because it was mainly just 40k I was painting for people, and then it's like, man, just like in the world for so long, just surrounded by everything, that I just started playing myself, started recollecting armies and stuff. Hey, Akas4, welcome. Hello. Also, hey, Poninator.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank
you for the
allowing
follow.
me back into your home.
Hope you're having a great day. Going through with this gray will clean up a lot of the issues with the windshields. The paint isn't looking super smooth on the windshields either. So maybe another thin coat or something to correct them a little bit. Sick at home right now. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Are you in the hobby, Goss, or are you just browsing, just getting into it? When I was a kid, sick at home, it was Price is Right. We used to watch all the time. Any tips for painting graffiti or field applied paint so it looks real but doesn't look bad? Oh man. I have tried to do a few things like that, and I think the biggest thing is when you're dealing with such a small scale, you can't just like straight up like like do a bad job. Like you can't do like a poor job on the mini and have it look like graffiti. It's just gonna look like it's poorly painted, right? By like you, the painter. So I think the best way of going about that is you paint it as neat as you can. So do exactly what you don't want it to look like, but you make it look as neat as you can, and then you spend time afterwards like taking the color and like adding tiny little mistakes throughout, after you write in the words or you draw the pictures or whatever that you're doing. Yeah, I think that in my opinion is the way to go about it. I do not know how to paint in a graffiti style, so I can't give you tips if you're trying to go for like the actual art direction of graffiti. But I was on board and just got on your stream. Okay. Oh, you're bored. Sorry. Yeah, you're bored. That makes sense. I appreciate you coming in though. No. Back to the God Hand thing. My buddy broke his cutting through a piece of sprue. Didn't think such an expensive tool would be so fragile. Yeah, the God Hands are made for like really precision stuff. Yeah, they're not made for cutting sprues in half. Yeah, so if you decide to purchase the God Hand, like you got to baby them a little bit, use them for those precision cuts and everything. Yeah, they're probably not the best as like I need a tool quick to help me do like everything. Hydro dip? Yeah, Troy, there you go. Yeah, you got a hydro dip for your graffiti. Don't feel good about it? Did you see it on Instagram? I don't think I have seen it on Instagram. When did you post it? I could take a look here in a few minutes. Funny enough, some of the hardest things to paint are like real world things. Like patterns and stuff, and translating that into a really small scale. As goofy as it sounds, it's like that's what we do every day, but like that is a difficult thing. Stuff like modern camouflage, that's really hard to replicate on a mini. Or yeah, like writing to scale. A couple days ago, yeah. Alright. To take a look. I have a feeling Instagram doesn't like us mini painters very much. Or maybe I just don't scroll enough, I don't know. Welcome back, Gosu. To paint graffiti, just leave the tank beside some old train cars in a sketchy part of town. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I could imagine like a little like Lehman Russ, and you come back and someone had painted like the little name on it. Just treated it like a train, respectfully, It's been stripped, yeah, all the wheels are gone and stuff. Center of the turret added seams. Okay, I remember you showed that on the Discord. Excuse me. Oh, you posted a picture of that with your awesome like model kit painting techniques. this last piece here, the guns, and we'll come back and do the tires separate. Techniques. I mean, they look really good though. So. Hey, Votann, what's going on? What's this? Omega Death? Oh. Right. Gray on that one. We got the gray on the weapons. We just need this one other. And the tires. Land Fortress coming along. It is, yeah. We need a little more with the windshield. We got to get some silvers. And then I think the brushwork might be done. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of airbrushing for like lights and stuff. But then it's just varnishing. And I think I'm good. So we're almost there. There. I don't think I regret my decision painting the silver first. Here. My goal is to get done so I can paint some Dreadnought today. I want to paint my Dreadnought. You guys notice how Zendrill's too good for my stream now? Got a real job and all of a sudden has to go to work. Can't hang out on Twitch all day. Ridiculous. I like the beige gray. Not just dull gray. Yeah, it's got like a warmth to it. Similar to Duncan Rhodes did a like Votann painted a Votann mini once. This person picked out they wanted their minis this color scheme, so what we're doing. He's in the big leagues now, yeah. He's hanging out with the painting grandpa, yeah. Just talking about like home improvement and stuff. My dad, I spoke to my dad yesterday. He's a retired mechanic. He hates working on cars now, or at least he doesn't work on other people's cars unless it's like immediate family. But being retired, and they've moved a couple times out of state and everything, but he has a truck. That truck has all kinds of like mechanical issues, and he'll take it to the dealer and have him fix it and everything, and he's been doing that. Well, he's been getting so tired of it, and he's like, well, I'm just going to start doing this stuff myself. So he started doing it himself, but he's like, man, this truck is really difficult to like get under when I'm trying to do like an oil change and everything. So, you know, to do his own oil changes, he got a lift, like a full lift for like a car. He's like, it's gonna help me do oil changes, and I'm like, it's like so expensive. And like a freight company had to ship a lift to his to like a yard, and he had to go pick it up. It was like this whole process. Yeah, so update about like last week and the craziness from last week. Yeah, so family member ended up getting, yeah, the kidney stone out and everything. Like they had to like zap it or whatever and got it out, so it's good. So far everything's good. Yeah, it's like spending $10K to do something that costs $1,000 or $100 a year. Yeah. No lift. My garage is too short for a full side lift. Yeah, he has a barn, so he had a barn built. What he did, he had these people build this barn, and they had a fifth wheel. They ended up selling it, but they had a fifth wheel. So they had this barn built, and the barn door was just slightly too short, like 6 inches too short for the fifth wheel to fit inside the barn. And they're like, well, that sucks. So what my dad did, he watched the people build the barn. So he figured out like their techniques for all this stuff, and he ended up building like a big carport on the side that fit the fifth wheel by himself. He's like, I saw they did this with the roof, so that's how I'm gonna do the roof on this so it matches and everything. And yeah, just bought all the same stuff they used, and then they sold their fifth wheel. They're like, we don't want to use this anymore. Mechanic though, so a lift at home would be like getting a new paint setup. Yeah. Yours would just be a lot more expensive. I get it. Yeah, my dad worked for a company for 40 years, but he also did work on the side, which I think was illegal, but he did it or not illegal, but against his company policy. But he did it anyway, and he did a lot of work at home. He never had a lift at home. But yeah, he would do what he could. He had a big compressor. I remember that. That was like his baby. Automotive mechanics get completely screwed over by like our whole tax system. Crazy. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but mechanics have to buy their own tools. And when a mechanic buys his own tools, his or her own tools, they're not tax deductible. Why does that make any sense? You don't need a lift if you have a trench. That's true. It's true. So, when the CEO of a company buys a yacht, there's a specific tax exemption for buying yachts. Because you need that for business purposes. But when a mechanic buys, a new wrench or a power tool or something that they need to do their job, it is not tax deductible or tax exempt or anything. Can you tell me where that makes any sense whatsoever? Or like, teachers. My wife is a teacher. She spends so much money on her kids every year. She gets to deduct, I think it's like $250. Yeah, worth of deductions every year. For all the supplies and everything that she buys herself. Yeah, no, not all other. Most professions don't have tax deductions for equipment you buy for work. If you own your own business, you own your own automotive shop or whatever, and you buy tools for it, you can deduct them there. But if you're just an employee at some big company, like buying your own tools is not tax deductible. Yeah, we're not supposed to make sense of the system. If you itemize everything. Yeah, yeah, how can the CEO schmooze senators if they don't have a yacht? Yeah. Yeah, and itemizing is another, like, big joke, right? Because... yeah, the deduction's big anyway. So why bother? Why bother spending money on tools if I guess if you can deduct them? Mechanics, yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to exceed like just a crazy amount of money. Yeah, mechanics spend so much money on their job though, like just to stay relevant and current. And I remember my dad how much money he had to spend, and like having a line of credit with like companies that would have like computers and stuff he needed to do his job. Yeah, like a normal person isn't gonna spend 25 grand. 145 should feel bad and kick dirt. Yeah, it's true. You know what I've learned? I've bought minis and I've been like, I'm going to buy these and I'm going to sell these. They're selling for a lot of money. So I'm going to buy these and I'm going to sell them for a bunch. Now, I learned a really valuable lesson is that when you have a conscience, it's really hard to price gouge. It's really hard to do. I can't bring myself to do it. And I just take that as validation that I'm maybe a decent person. Yeah. I've done that multiple times. Like, man, I could just make money off of this, and then I get something, and I'm like, I can't bring myself to do it. It feels so scummy. It really does. It really does. I'm not. All right, if you need a scalp, someone to scalp minis for you, Rage is the one to do it. Basic and standard price. Yeah, yeah. No, oh, Rage not saying they're not a good person. They're in the next conversation. They're saying they're not gonna spend that much money. All right. I didn't want to agree with you. I'm just saying if you're gonna say that, then you know it'll be our go-to. Doesn't the Canis Rex, does that mini cost any more than a normal knight? Like if you were just buying standard retail, or is there something the other knights come with that the Canis Rex set doesn't? Or is it just an extra sprue tossed in there just because? It's all in one box. Yeah, it's the same box, but they just didn't put that sprue in there. That's crazy. Okay, I think we did it, guys. Let's a little dry brush here. I don't think they sell a non-Canis Rex kit. They have the Castellan, the Paladin, both sold out. Knight Errant, Preceptor, Crusader, Knight Warden, Knight Gallant. Um, it's conveniently all sold out. So all of these come with the Canis Rex sprue. So if I just go on like the Castellan. The Knights box. For like the generic Knights box. Okay, I see the Knight Paladin has like little Canis Rex guy next to it, so. And the Knight Errant has it, Knight Preceptor. Okay, I see the little guy next to him. So there's like the big knights with the guns on top, and then there's the regular knights that all have it. I can see it in the picture here. So okay, all right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. One of my local stores still has the Night Holiday box on sale, and it like tempts me every time. But I'm stronger than that. The Castellan's a little bigger. Okay. One of my local stores for a long time, I haven't been there in a while, but they had it was like the double what is it? The double Cerastus Knight box. You know, and they do a 20% discount, and so it was just like that set was like $200. Or no, it was like $260 for the set, maybe, for the two knights, the two Cerastus Knights, which are like $210 a piece retail. Which is a pretty crazy deal. Okay, no, before I do that, I gotta dry brush these wheels a little bit. Get this out. Yeah, the holiday box. Yeah, because the holiday box didn't come with the the Canis Rex sprue. Yeah, you and your buddy split that box. That's solid. Yeah, so you really are just about 2,000 points then. The Night Holiday box is great because it comes with the four armigers. So it's just like, yeah. Well, isn't like the standard list people were running for a long time was just like 8 armigers and a big knight, right? So you're almost there. Buy 2 of those boxes, you get a big discount, and you get stuff really cheap. $1,200 points of knights right now, including your Porphyrion. Quest stores. Yeah, nice. Simple dry brushing here over the wheels. T-Slayer, what's going on? 1,200 painted. Yeah. Big 4-drill knight with 2 las cannons. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. That's cool. It's funny that thing's considered a vehicle. Which one? The Porphyrion or whatever? The Porphyrion? Is like sentient. I think in 30k, armigers have toughness and wounds, but the knights I think have armor values. The armigers are basically treated like dreadnoughts and how they work, which is really good. It makes them super tough, and they still like go nuclear when they get destroyed. But it's like every time they get destroyed. I think knights also. I think every Lord of War in the game, the big stuff, I think they always detonate when they get killed. Okay, yeah. Yeah, big las cannon beast. Yeah, painting a knight sounds like fun. Like just having a big project to like sit down and like mess with just seems like it could be like a lot of fun. Got this knight. Very on. So that would definitely be a that's a 30k mini then, right? Like that's not a I don't see that on the 40. But I bet if I go to Stores Knights under Mechanicum for 30k. Oh, that big dude. Okay, I know what. Yeah, the chunky one. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I know. I see what you're saying. Yep. Crazy. You have that painted, Gosu? Have I seen that? That's a cool. I love the legs, the armor around the legs and stuff. Really cool. Really cool. Hey, Kill Panic. How you doing? We're gonna kind of mess with a little bit. The silver here. A ton. Okay. We have MCP. Nice. Nice. Where's the pic? I don't remember the pictures of that. Pardon my French. It's alright. You don't hate the French that much here. I painted up, or I printed an Earthshaker gun. I have another one printing because I was really happy with how this one turned out. I'm actually happy with one of these Earthshaker cannons. So I showed it off earlier. I'll show it off to you guys here in a minute, though. I'm very proud of this little print. This is from MK Hand Industry. The creator, and there's more of his I want to print, but he does really nice looking armored vehicles, tons of options, and it's almost all free. The one thing I did pay for from him though were wheeled like bodies basically instead of the tracks for the APCs, and MCP is your rapper handle. Nice Kill Panic. It's appropriate, I guess. Yeah, 30k Militia is kind of like the predecessor. Yeah, there is, so in lore the Militia is like the worst of the worst. There is Imperial Army, so it's like you have the Legions Astartes, which are the Space Marines. Then you have the Solar Auxilia, which are like the front line alongside the Space Marines, so they're like the really like the most elite humans that, you know, go and conquer worlds. And then you have the Imperial Army, which is like the occupation force, which is what the Imperial Guard became or came from. And then you have the militia, and the militia were the third line is what they're called. They're just like people, you know, and they could be more trained, they could be like reservists or things like that, but it's literally like it's the scenario of like the planet's coming under invasion, and the population has like a week to prepare. And so they get everybody together, they pull vehicles out of storage and start fixing them up. Like, that's the militia. So they actually have rules with their vehicles that they're so much worse than any comparable vehicle. It's called third line. That's their rule, where like they could like pretty much auto die. You can't just like glancing hit them. It's always like a penetrating hit against their vehicles, and they don't score points and all this stuff. But there are no rules in 2.0 for Imperial Army, and there's a lot of weird reasons why. The main reason is because there are no rules in 1.0. The rules for 1.0 were being written by the guy who wrote pretty much all the rules for the Horus Heresy game, and he passed away unexpectedly. So when he passed away, all the rules writing kind of just stopped for Heresy, and they ended up starting it back up and releasing 2.0 instead of continuing the original. But yeah, more like PDF. Yeah. So like the militia, they don't get chimeras. At least in the regular rules, they don't get chimeras. They get the Cargo 8 haulers. That's their APC. They can get Arvis lighters as well, which is like the new plane that's coming out. They can get those, but they're like even more garbage than they are even for the Solar Auxilia. So little pigs with wings. Yeah. They do have some like elite troops, and they can get pretty elite depending on how you build it. It's a very customizable army. Yeah, one of the things they can't get are actual basilisk, like self-propelled guns, unless you're playing the like community rule set, the Liber Panoptica stuff. Although I want basilisk, so I'm gonna print a basilisk at some point, because I made one with it's an 8-wheel APC. It's not tracked, and it looks really cool. It's like a striker. Or like a what would that be? Yeah, it's just if you put a big gun like the Striker. What is that? The Striker MGS or whatever. It's artillery. Yeah, the Medusa and Basilisk are both really cool. Those are like the two big guns that are available to militia, but they're just on just artillery. It's not with the actual vehicle to it. Incorporate Arvis into my diorama. Shot down and a rescue mission with Castrican roping in from Valkyrie. That's really cool. I think it's a great idea. I'm getting some silver on here, and then we'll work on the windshields a little more, and I think we're done with our brush work. Use of Basilisk Gorgon. When are they going to add Harold and Kumar? Additional mythical stars. No panic. You know what always bothered me about Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle? I enjoyed the movie, mainly because I like White Castle, and I'm from the Midwest, so we have White Castle. But the fact that when they go and they order their meals, they each order like 4 drinks to go with their meal. And I'm like, alright, I get the like unhinged, like I just need everything and I can't like I can't like stop what I'm doing to eat it, but like, you know, like just buy a drink, you get free refills. You know, you get free refills at White Castle like every other restaurant in the US. Why are you buying 4 drinks for yourself? And I feel like it was a requirement from White Castle to be like, you know, you gotta have this nice, like, looking presentation. Like, here you go. And also, they order something like 30, sliders. I know people that can eat 30 sliders, like on a normal day. Not that impressive. Of White Castle where I'm at, yeah. There was actually, in Columbus, Ohio, there's a minor league baseball team called the Columbus Clippers, and they would do baseball games. It's like, you know, popular to go to their baseball games, but they had one night a month. They had it was called Dime a Dog Night. So you go and you pay 10 cents for a hot dog. So you could buy like 10 hot dogs at a time. You know, and like people just gorge themselves on hot dogs, like crappy stadium hot dogs. But the other one, the prize one, was 10 cent slider night. So they sold White Castle sliders for 10 cents a piece, and you would just buy a bag of 10, just like give the people $1, you get 10 sliders. Um, and so I would go there as a teenager, and me and my friends would basically like have, you know, like a competition to see who could eat the most like sliders at the baseball game. And you'd spend like $2, you know, you get 20 sliders, it's a crazy amount of food. Good stuff. Found a pretty handy way to get dark metal. It's not obvious, it's working well. PA satin black on all my metallics to darken them, and since it's satin, it's just the right finish to not make the metallics look matte. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So it's like your base coat, the satin black. Is that what you're telling me? Oh, mixing satin black. Okay, okay. Oh, cool. Might have to try that sometime. Oh, chips and gravy and super dogs. Ever been to White Castle in California? We have In-N-Out. Yeah, no, I think In-N-Out's a lot higher quality than White Castle. White Castle, okay, so White Castle, it's not poor quality. It's just a unique kind of food that like they have like a lot of onions, and so when people eat a lot of onions, you know, it's a problem. But it's not like people complain it's greasy. It's not. It's not greasy. It's the hamburgers are actually steamed. It's really trippy. They steam the burgers on a bed of onions. White Castle wants to drive through the Midwest and it was slop. Yeah. Yeah, so one of the things about White Castle, if you get it to go, like you're gonna understand that the hamburgers are steamed, so there's a lot of moisture, and when they put them on the buns, like the buns kind of turn to mush really quick. So if you get them to go, you got to understand you're eating mush, or or you eat them there and it's like better because they put them in little boxes and it like continues steaming everything together. They also sell some of the most ridiculous things. Um, White Castle sells like fried seafood as like, you know, instead of like fries, you can replace with like fried clams, which is weird to me. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's so strange. They do like fried mushrooms and stuff too. I don't know where they came up with that. Bacon is the magic ingredient, yeah. Bacon's good. Bacon's not good on White Castle sliders, though. Right. I think White Castle still likes to imagine it's from like the 1930s. Like they're still serving like Depression era things. Maybe clams were cheaper in the 30s. I don't know. California, only experience I have White Castle's the microwave sliders. Yeah, are those any good? I even know. I don't even think they sell microwave sliders here in Ohio. So I know that's like really popular outside of outside the Midwest where you like can't get them. Secret menu with grilled onions. That's the secret menu, just grilled onions. Like, they don't grill onions as like part of their normal meal. It's close. Oh, okay, okay. In-N-Out does sliders, and you can get them grilled with grilled onions. Okay. Yeah. So White Castle's onions, they're really unique. They're not like it's not like a normal grilled onion. Not terrible. My son likes them. Nice. My son won't eat White Castle. I don't think he's an Ohioan, honestly, where this kid is from. But what White Castle does, they use freeze-dried onions, and they rehydrate them. It's like this whole technique to like get a very unique thing. I don't know, but so these freeze-dried onions. So the onions don't get like grilled, like charred or anything. It's just they like steam with everything else. That's crazy. We'll try burger because burger, yeah. Yeah, hamburgers are hamburger, right? It's all pretty good. All right. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys again. I showed this off at the beginning of the stream, but I assembled this this artillery piece here. This was the basilisk I printed, or the Earthshaker cannon. So when I sand my resin, I get the sandpaper wet or the mini wet, and I sand it so the residue doesn't go everywhere, but it does leave behind stuff, which kind of does go over, like the dust when it dries out and everything. That's what that is. But yeah, a little Earthshaker. Earthshaker artillery does not fit on the 100mm base. Unless if I try it again, this is a 100mm base. I think that's 100mm. I don't think that's 80mm. I have to check. You know what? Give me just a minute. I'm gonna go. Or I can just get my micrometer out. This guy. Come on. Yeah, it looks like it's right at 100. Around its largest point here. Yeah. That's 100. I have to turn my micrometer on and just measure it that way. Original one from Forge World in my ancient collection. That's awesome. Yeah, those are really cool. I found this. Yeah, I looked at a lot of places to find a good Earthshaker like equivalent to print, and I wanted something that wasn't like 100 pieces. So I searched really hard and finally found a dude. They actually have towing trucks. Forge World used to sell the ones that tow. Were they called Centaurs? No, Trojan vehicles. I think they're called Trojans. Yeah, they have little tractors. Yeah. Yeah, there's also like a Chimera variant. The Trojan is the Chimera variant, but there's also a Yeah, Forge World used to sell them. The Trojans are also like repair vehicles. They're like engineering vehicles. They have little cranes on them. Yeah, I have STLs for Trojans. But, you know, I don't have a... I don't know why Kill Panic is commenting on that, but... Just non-stop. Non-stop. Kill Panic. So STLs. What does STL stand for, Kill Panic? Yeah, there's a really good creator called MK Hand, like _ Industries. He sells a lot of that kind of stuff for free. Yeah, they're free. Yeah. Well, I can link the guy here in a minute. I think those ones are free. I grabbed a whole bunch from him. Hey, Draft Builder, what's up? The loading bolts always takes forever. Let's see if I can find his static Basilisk emplacements for the Basilisk from Forge World. Should really try to sell. Yeah, it's cool. It's man, he makes cope cages for Lehman Russes, which is just great. Oh, yeah, he's got the little engineering vehicles. Here, I'll link this. Work. There you go. There's the engineering vehicle. He has more, but if you go to his page, he's got different stuff. I think he has like the classic ones with the little crane tops on them, or at least has bits to make them. So he makes stuff. What he does is he makes miniatures that are like 28mm scale, and then he'll make them for like 8mm scale. Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, they're so cool. So he does. He kind of like covers both bases. So you just gotta make sure you have the right scale. Yeah, he has very few paid items. Said the one thing I actually paid to get from him was the wheeled sides for the like the Chimera variants. Hey, Night Ninja, what's going on? Glad you're liking the the Votann. I think I'll basically be done with the brushwork on these in a little bit. So I'm gonna do some like lighting and stuff, and I do varnishing and everything on them, but. Maybe by this weekend they'll be out. Out this weekend. I don't know what I have going on Saturday. Yeah, no problem, you're a Raptor. Dude, you enjoy. The guy's an incredible creator. That's where I got the artillery from I just showed you, so. He sells all the anti-aircraft and missile artillery, and it's all kind of like modular in a way, so. Good stuff. Just Deep Rock board game expansion. Nice. Awesome. Awesome. That painted big bug. Oh, cool. Off for lunch. I am also glad you're doing well, Kill Panic. It was great to see you, man. Enjoy your lunch. I'll see you around. Careful with those engineering vehicles. Painting by the hill. What's going on? Am I actually in category today? I feel like I might actually be in category. Sure, I was in category earlier, but yeah, just about all of them are free. Yeah, yeah. If you're looking at those vehicles, yeah. He has some very very accurate looking proxies. His minis are all unsupported, and they're not hollowed. So that's something you need to do yourself. But for a free file, oh yeah. Good for lunch. All right, Raja, have a good one. Enjoy your lunch. I can decide what force type I want to start collecting. Yeah. I like the ideas of a lot of the force types they have. Just figuring out what to do. Start making 3D sculpts? Oh, cool, yeah. Different shield variants. I feel like that's something that's kind of missing in the STL community is like variants for like Warhammer Fantasy minis like that. Yeah, like alternate shields and stuff. I think that is a bit of a niche that I have not seen. Oh, we have two. I already have a lot of armor, yeah. Anthony, welcome in. How you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Sorry if I'm missing you guys' chats here, no worries. Look how the accent color and the armor plate looks. Yeah, they're a little more vibrant in person. My color cannot come out right, but these are red, and this one has, like, the red and orange. I guess it's showing up a little better. But yeah, I wanted them to both be a little different, so I gave them different colors. You know, just like subtle changes, so they're both the same, but kind of old orangey and old reddy. Okay, huh. I've never played Deep Rock Galactic, so I'm not familiar with the other things. Sarah be streaming. Oh, cool. All right. Big bug on stream is cool. All right, you guys. I think we're good. Varnish on those windshields will look nice, and like I said, I'm gonna take an airbrush. I'm gonna hit some of these lights with some colors. There's a lot of like little lights on the front of this. I'm gonna get some colors on those, but then we varnish. Maybe a dry brush or two around some of the mini, but I think that's it. You're a Raptor. You have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set these to the side. Find space to set them to the side. No, stream's not ending yet. Nope, 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 nope. Not ending stream. Not ending stream. Please stay. Please stay. I want to paint my dreadnought. This is what I'm going to do. Everybody's just logging off. No, my viewers. The big bad bug is also called a dreadnought. That's great. Yeah, the red is very, very vibrant. We're going to get some bright gold at this point, and we're going to highlight our gold some more. Kind of got started on a Monday. We did our Patreon stream. If you're a member of the Patreon, once a week, I'm kind of getting the feelers out to figure out everything. But once a week, I'm doing a hangout on Discord. We have a Patreon member only voice chat channel, and you can come hang out and chat. We were talking about video games, old video games from our childhood, and stuff like that this past week. But that's what we're going to try to do every Monday. Is my current plan. I'll adjust the time if I feel like it'd be better for everybody. But yeah, every paid member of the Patreon. I'm going to show you what model I'm painting. Typhus, yes. If you jump into the Discord, we have a Discord. I don't know if someone can link it. ! Discord. Jump in, and you can just tell me, like, hey, I post my mini in this channel or something, and I would love to take a look. Alternatively, if you don't want to join yet another Discord server, if you have like an Instagram or something where you post pictures, that would also be fine. We do have a really nice community of people. Lots of good painters, but also lots of new people in the hobby, so... How'd that go? I thought I was a member, apparently not. Oh, no. Yeah, it was fun. It was really chill. I just, like, screen shared. Ghost who helped me figure out how to get my camera actually working on Discord, because I'm a potato, and yeah, I just screen shared and we hung out. I think Zen was on. He was playing Magic online, so he was screen sharing his Magic playthroughs, so... It was a good time. Post and finished projects. All right. Let's take a look. What does the Typhus have going on? Whoa, that is that that's not Trench Crusade, is it? Or is that a Trench Crusade mini? What is that mini? Or is that like Creature Caster? Or is that Kingdom Death? I don't know. That is wild looking though. It's Trench Crusade. Okay, yeah. Crazy. Man, it's like veiny arms and stuff. Wild. Man, crazy work. Well done. First time painting fire. Well, he did great on it. Seriously. Guys, go check out Typhus's, he's Ghoul in the Discord. Check out his hideously grotesque creature from Trench Crusade he painted. Yeah, good work though. Thank you. It's a risky move, yeah, I bet. So did you get it all in on Trench Crusade? Doesn't quite look like my kind of thing, but I'll be following what's going on with it a little bit. So a lot of guts and bones. It is. Obsessed, nice. All right. Ooh. I hope it sticks around and does well. It's always nice to have another game. Or link to that field paint on my model. Oh yeah. Do that. Because I'd love to see that. 40K, but big into TC. Okay, nice. Trench Crusade. That's cool, man. I mean, yeah, it'd be hard to be in a Trench Crusade before, recently. Like, it's kind of a newer thing. It sounds like Trench Crusade is definitely targeting a particular demographic, and I think that demographic is 40K players. Very nice. Nice work, though. Nice work. I wanted the STLs. All right. I appreciate that. Let's look it up. Answers. Instagram. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that repulsor's so cool looking. Yeah, and you move the turret back on it, too, which I think was a really good move.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
I see the graffiti you're talking about. I think it looks good. I don't think that graffiti looks bad at all. I think you did a good job on it. Typhus, thank you for the follow. I have so many things to print and paint for myself and other people. Start reworking on Dreadfleet. We're getting my fantasy dwarves done. Dang. Dreadfleet. I haven't heard in a long time. That's cool. I do have a couple. I have a couple Vampire Count minis to paint eventually. What I want to find is someone local getting into the Empire that's getting those transfer sheets from all those new Empire boxes, because I want some of those for a Vampire Count banner. But I need some Black Knights and Skellies for my brother. Oh, cool. I do not have any Black Knights, but I know they're about to announce a bunch of new ones, like tomorrow, right? Tomorrow night? Or / Friday morning, so I'll see what the new ones look like. Hope they're not horrible looking. The fantasy, like, undead stuff has normally looked pretty solid, so I've not been disappointed. I've been fine to buy Age of Sigmar minis for my my undead. Hasn't bothered me at all. Selling them for cheap. Nice. Yeah, reveal show tomorrow. What's funny is they said they weren't going to reveal anything for 30k, but then they showed off like a preview of a mini, so I don't know. There might not be anything for 30k actually getting announced, even though they showed off the like another Mechanicum wave. Yeah. I don't even think the community team knows what they're announcing. Primaris Lieutenant Old World, yeah. Yep. There are like 1,000 lieutenants in 30k. They're just called Centurions. So you get every Heresy Thursday. It's a new Lieutenant mini. Primaris Lieutenant, yeah. The old school, like the old metal ones, is that what you're talking about? I like those old metal long beards. Yeah, the old, like, 5th, 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy dwarves were great looking. I love those old iron breakers too, because they were just like head to toe in steel. Like no, like their shields had some designs on it, but otherwise there was like nothing fancy going on. It was just covered in Grommer armor. Was Colin Dixon that sculpted him? Okay, that was kind of like just Goodwin era. So it's too busy sculpting elves. Does Azrak the Annihilator? That's the World Eaters guy, right? I don't know if I would ever care to paint him for myself. If that's the guy. The bulk detonator pick, okay. Look here in a minute. Sure, let's look at some minis. Oh yeah, more Trench Crusade. It's like Hellraiser. That's what that reminds me of. Like people from Hellraiser. The bulk detonator. That's funny. Just a bug that blows up. Yeah, they got the Cenobite theme. Yeah, it's the Cenobites. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it absolutely is. Just a large bomb bug. That's great. Incredible work, though. Yeah, really, really good work on your minis. Paint minis like that, and my son would start having nightmares. See enough spooky horror minis. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're kind of like, when you talk about painting minis, there's such a big emphasis on like Warhammer that Warhammer kind of dictates the styles of minis people like. I mean, even with Trench Crusade, you know, like grimdark stuff, like you would not see that much like desire to paint like a grimdark themed mini if like Warhammer wasn't so popular, right? Like people would still do it, but okay. Finish with that bright gold. Looking good. Draft Builder's got his. Oh yeah, he does. Nice, guys. You're exploding bugs. Looking good. Slightly darker vibe. Yeah, it's definitely like the darker vibe. Yep. That's crazy. Off to my appointment. Alright, Painting by the Hill. You have a good one, man. Hope appointment's all good. Grab some silver and highlight it since it's already mixed on the palette. Okay. Nice about this mini is when he's done, I'll varnish him, but his base is already painted, so he's just on a temporary base right now. One time I accidentally painted a 60 mil base, and I should have painted like an 80 or something. It was the whole thing. Hey, social alien, welcome. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day. On these, because these will be covered by guns eventually. Get to highlighting the red on this guy soon. Just chilling. We finished up some Votann. Just got a couple little details that don't involve a brush on those minis, but then we're going to done with them. So moving on to the next thing, just as I can get a start today, because my next job I want to start tomorrow, next commission, but I have to do a little more airbrushing on those. I gotta do a little bit on them, so. Going to be some Primaris and cursors. I still haven't heard from said client about how I'm going to do the transfers on them. I think the solution might be finish them and then the client does the transfers. If that sounds good to said client, they can speak up. Yeah, client must be. I never said that. I never said that. Sounds good. Are you okay to do the transfers? You are you're a very competent painter, and I feel like you could probably do these transfers better than I could anyway. OSHA showed up to the garage. Oh yeah, well, make sure you're in tip-top shape. Everything on a pallet, dude. Nothing laying on the floor. Okay, we got some silver. We don't anything too crazy. We're gonna weather it down a little bit eventually. So, big color I have to do is just the red. Like that's my big color left to do on these. Going to get a tiny brush here. See if I can't get a nice point on this. Had these brushes for a while, just starting to go on me. A testament to the quality of these brushes, though. I have painted probably close to 800 minis with these brushes, and they're still holding up reasonably well. A Foxbite, 7 Deadly Sin brushes. Yeah, those are the brushes. Yeah, Foxbite. Yep. 7 Deadly Sins. They're Kolinsky Sable brushes. I could do if I wanted. Let's see. What is this guy? We got... I think I've had this brush, this container for 2 years. They're natural. Yeah, they're Sable. My 2-0. I haven't used a Winsor Newton brush for a while. Yeah, the Foxeye brushes are just starting to lose kind of their point. Let's see if I can't give this guy just a little soapy bath here real quick. Just want a really fine point brush to do this edge highlighting with. That's nice. Let's try this one for a little bit. Or brush a good clean using my the Gentastics Drunken Brush Goop. You know what? I don't have my white gold on me. Zendral currently has it. I let him borrow it. Why did I do that? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I got a replacement bottle. That'd be really funny if I just have a spare bottle sitting around. Huh. I actually don't have a spare bottle of this. What is wrong with me? I just went to reach for the color. I'm like, where is it? Okay, well, I guess we're not doing the not doing our red highlights here. So let's do something else. First set of Kolinsky Sable. I've been painting on and off for 30 years and never do what I was about. Yeah, it is a world of difference. Yeah, the Kolinsky Sable is definitely a world of difference. Like using natural hair brushes. Okay. Browsing for some dwarf STLs, nice. There's a couple creators out there that make some really good, like fantasy dwarves and stuff. All right, I am gonna take a quick break actually, and then we'll get back to painting. Oh man, I have something else I was gonna paint. I was using that color. Why did I let him borrow paints? What's wrong with me? All right, I'll be back in just a couple minutes, guys. Alright, I got something a little different I'm going to do. So, some things out here. And get a comparison going. Alright. I have two tanks in front of me. So this first one is what I am calling a complete tank. It was kind of my first Lehman Russ I have painted in a very long time. But it's for my Solar Auxilia. I used Pro-Acryl Noosh and some brown gray to get like weathering. You can see it's more so on the bottom here. But and then kind of dry brushed it back up and worked with my colors. This is actually, I think, orange red or red oxide on here, which I don't think I was super happy with. This is the finished tank. So this is from the Auxilia Battle Group box. I also got a Dracosan in that box. The Dracosan, I did my Noosh, and two things I learned. One was I think I had too much paint in the Noosh mix. And two, there are a lot more nooks and crannies on that the Dracosan, and it was weathered way too strong. So this is how the weathering ended up on the Dracosan. Now, it looks pretty cool. I don't know, like it's like super weathered. But to me, this is too strong. So what I was thinking was, can I bring this mini back to life and kind of get something good looking at? Because I love this mini. This is such a great looking mini. I have magnetized weapons on it. Let's see. So if you wanted it's the las cannon, or the other thing they come with is, say, a whole stinking demolisher cannon on the front. You don't think it's too bad? Alright. Like this, it's just like straight up brown right there. But what I think I can do, and I also used contrast paint. I decided to go for the more metallic red because that's what I use on everything. And I think I like the contrast paint, even with how like patchy and dirty it feels. I think I like that better than just the red oxide, especially when I compare it to a normal Auxilia infantryman who has the contrast, like the metallic paint going. So yeah, I want to see if I can just, since we got an hour and a half and I got some things to do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my bright warm gray, and I'm just going to do some dry brush. I'm going to take a small brush and I'm going to do some dry brushes around here, some rough dry brushes, and see what I can get, what I can build back up on this tone. Then I'm going to take my gold and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get these edges and I'm going to try to just get, maybe just a bright gold or something straight up from what this is, and just see if I can't hit this gold, and then just keep trying to see if I can continue on with building these colors back. Because, man, looking at this mini again, I don't mind how grimy it is. It's so different from my first Lehman Russ. Which, maybe the other Lehman Russ is the problem. Like maybe that's what's going on. This mini took me forever to get to this step. Forever. I spent hours just painting the trim on this, and that's too much. If I did more of these, I'm just going to skip the gold trim. I think I'm going to put gold trim on just a few pieces. Otherwise, gold trim gets skipped, and it's going to be a lot of like gray, and I think that works just fine for this vehicle. But I'm going to try this bright warm gray dry brush here. So that's what kind of streamer. We'll put Mr. Dreadnought back. Sorry, Mr. Dreadnought. Get a brush, but not too grimy a brush. So let's see. Just... I don't know if this is the right move or not, but you know, maybe this is how this stuff is intended to be used. You just go really heavy on it, and then you clean it up afterwards. Maybe I wasn't going heavy enough. It's okay if we get on the gold a little bit, because we're gonna clean that up anyway. So okay, yeah, maybe this is salvageable. I painted this many months ago, and I got to this step and I was just like mad, and just like set it down. I also did the Votann Heavy Sentinel with a similar result, because I did these both at the same time. It's one of the most disheartening things I painted. I was just like so mad. I just put it up, never to be mentioned again. I think the season finale for Skeleton Crew is out. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Found Blood Bowl STLs, nice. Nameplates? Yeah, that's what sounds like kind of things you need for Blood Bowl. Hey Zen, what's going on, man? You finish up your half day? Nice. So fun stories then. I finished up those Votann minis. I started painting my dreadnought. I was like, man, I just have a couple highlights to do. Like, yeah, I just need to highlight the red with my my white gold. It's like, oh man, where's my white gold? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, and then I was thinking, like, well, I'll just paint these other, like, Solar Auxilia infantry. And I was like, well, the next color I have to paint on them is white gold. So, and paint those. So I pulled out, like, this Dracosan that I thought I ruined, and we're trying to fix it up. I know, that's fine. No, it was like 30 minutes ago when I had this realization. So it's all good. I won't be painting this stuff tomorrow. At least I don't think I will be. So we'll be fine. I'm fine to wait till Friday. Okay, I think we're kind of building this bright gray back up on this mini just fine. Work, drop it off on the way home. Okay, yeah, sure. Painting vehicles all day. That's what we're doing. The dark mech stuff is really cool, though. Explain how to put a timesheet in for 30 minutes. Was it just you in the meeting, or were there other people? And were they asking questions? Okay, okay. Sit there waiting. Yay, corporate nonsense. We're set of tokens on USP. They've just been sitting at USPS distribution center for 2 days. Oh my gosh. Is it like in town? Like one that's close to you? Our mail has been all messed up the past like week and a half. Ever since those snowstorms. Doesn't say which one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's been crazy. Yeah, it's been like late we'd be getting mail. You ready for your tournament on Saturday? Ready I'll ever be, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, they hopefully it's still come in. Start working on the back, and we'll get on the other side. Fortunately, none of the guns have this gray on them. I could pull out the what's the Athan look? Well, heavy sentinel, temporary base, not its actual base, guys. But could maybe do this guy too. I don't know. It's ugly little sentinel. What vehicle's that? I do not have a second bottle of white gold. No, I looked. Like, surely I have another bottle. No. This tank is called a Dracosan armored transport. The Solar Auxilia transport holds 20 dudes and has 2 little side doors. And you can put, let's see, it comes with either a Gravis las cannon, which is like a double las cannon, or you can put a demolisher cannon on the front, which is pretty cool. Yeah. If you put the demolisher cannon on it, it reduces its transport down to 10. But yeah, it's a big tank. They're like way overcosted for the actual game. But it is what it is. Also, probably not something I would use too much, just because When I run my Auxilia, they run with my Thousand Suns, and the only way their rule works is if they're not in a transport, which is soaking up perils. Bunch of people are heading out. Dang, alright. Seems like a pretty normal thing then. That's good. Has your commute been fine? Like going out to that area? Yeah, okay, so far. If Votann had tanks like this, that'd be cool. Way around today, so it was nice. At the same time, yeah, when you're doing 80, okay, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine the traffic from your more direct route. Probably a lot crazier. Traffic. Okay, I mean, if there's not any traffic, then it's good. Just be missing the window or something. Little guy right there is a flare shield. Basically gives it extra armor on the front. Oh, okay, whatever. You should hear the painting son when we drive. Like, anytime we slow down, he's like, is that traffic? Is this bad traffic? Just like... chill, man. I haven't yet. No. We're gonna try to finish it tonight. Is it good? Ending good? Yeah, as in not that good. Ending was an ending, yeah. I think I found myself not caring so much about like the plot of the show and just kind of enjoying it. That's how I've been with the Skeleton Crew. Like the last episode, like last week's episode, I didn't even care like that they got to where they got. I was just like, oh, okay. It just, you know, it means like the fun, crazy things are kind of done. Gotcha. They run out of budget at the end. It's like the Monty Python ending. Yeah, they all get arrested by the LAPD, yeah. Okay, so we got that side compared to that side. That looks better. Looks better. I think once we get the gold, look really good. Except I'm having coffee. They don't have coffee at work? Do they have like a Keurig machine or anything? Keurig, but no cups. Alright, so you might have to bring in your own or something. Not the hard way, it wasn't a hand soap dispenser. That's funny. Or not. Fix this many, one little bit at a time. Paperwork from 2016. Gosh. It's really not a real job, Zen. It's just like a weird front, and they're just hiring you to like make it look legitimate. The IRS is breathing down their neck. So they do these meetings to like make it look real because they can't let you in on the secret. The children of the secret cabal, the mouse jiggler, yeah. It's just like a scam all the way down, just for all of them to just get like a paycheck for doing nothing. And it's working, and they're all surprised it's working so well. Getting close to being done with this. Definitely a lot more like grimy than I usually prefer, but it's not bad. Edge highlight, yeah, the dry brush, yeah. So I think when I go over the gold, it's going to help it a lot. And start picking out details and stuff. Yeah, sure, Zen. My entire life hinges on that white gold paint right now, and it's just kind of a shame. Like, man, I get to paint my Dreadnought today. If I finish that Votann. So I finished the Votann. I'm like, yeah, Dreadnought. I did like one color. I'm like, oh crap, I need the gold. And I was like, well, I can work on this stuff. I was gonna do this stuff for a YouTube video, but I can work on it now. But then like the next color I had to work on was white gold. So it really is, yeah. And I was like, well, I can paint another color first, you know, but then I realized like the whole purpose of the video is talking about like, you know, like painting stuff in order, coming up with an efficient order of painting things, and that's the next part of the order. Good meeting. All right, enjoy your meeting. Hey, dude. Zen wasn't going to take being chastised anymore. That's what happened. Went to bed. All right, Jeff Boulder, you have a good one, man. Good luck on your Deep Rock Galactic stuff. I'll catch you for a little bit on Saturday for jumping on. I'd come in and at least lurk for a little bit. Go really hard into the underside of this mini, but some of these tread areas. Saturday about this time, okay. Awesome. I think what I can do, get that dry brush helped things out a little bit. Well, let's get a big brush here and we'll start on our rest of the underside here. Down. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do from here. So let's just try some gold. See if we can't brighten this up just a little bit. I'm going to get a smaller brush. Slightly smaller brush. We'll put some gold on the palette. I think I'm going to start with the rich gold. Was our base color. So we're just going to be a little more careful. Get rid of some of the grime on the Mini. Come back and highlight this gold with bright gold or something later.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Azrael, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for the follow. As per the title, I did finish the Votann, so working on some random extras at this point. Hope you're having a great day today, though. It is Wednesday, right? Yeah, I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Start work and go live in Blues Discord. Oh, cool. Yeah. A friend of Blues is a friend of mine, so welcome in. This current tank I'm painting is called a Dracosan Armored Transport. I started painting a couple months ago and really messed it up, so I'm working on trying to bring it back to a place I'm happy. Those golds back. That's helping a lot. I don't know how I'm going to do these reds, but figure it out. Wonder if I did a coat, just straight up coat of the contrast back over the weathered red, if it would bring it back out again. I don't know. Dreading to start painting my impulsor. Yeah, impulsors are kind of annoying to paint. I agree with you there, but alright, I'm assuming you're painting it in Dark Angel's colors. Is that a crazy assumption of mine, or is that accurate? Yeah, my whole thing with vehicles is you can do way more with dry brushing with vehicles, especially Imperial vehicles, all those boxy vehicles, all those nice angles and everything. This Mini is a nightmare compared to most Imperial vehicles, but you can do a lot with a dry brush on a vehicle, even an Impulsor. Impulsors gets annoying because it has like the pickup truck back to it. It's really like frustrating to just extra things to paint, right? Yeah, I just chill and paint. That's all I do. Do it through most of the week. Try to stream 4 days a week. A Sunday night and then Tuesday through Thursday, and starting up doing an extra kind of stream / hangout with the Patreon members. So do that once a week. This little like detailed dry brush has given me the chance to kind of correct a lot of these mistakes. It's good. I think the silver, after this gold, I think I'll be done with the dry brushing. We can just do some either stippling or just reapplying base colors. Head out, get some lunch. Alright, Ghost, so you have a good one, man. Be going for another few minutes. Hopefully we can finish this gold. We'll get this mini back into like a workable state. Maybe I can just work on this. Random free time. I was not planning on working on this mini today. Or any time in the near future. But you know what? If it gets finished, that's cool. This gold is Pro Acryl Rich Gold. I mainly use Pro Acryl colors. Personal opinion is that they are the best paints you can buy for miniatures. Almost done. We got one more side of this tank. Need to kind of get the underside of it too, like these inside. It's here. Just trying to brighten this tank up a little bit, get it out of that like nasty, grimy place it was in. Procro fluorescence light. They do light under black light. Yeah, that's what Crucial Blue was using on his those Tyranids he painted. He's using Procro fluorescence. Yeah, I didn't even know they lit under black lights until I saw his minis. Looking for a good purple. Yeah, I like the purple fluorescent. Makes me wish I had more of an excuse to use them. This sounds like fun. I about did it on the gold. That gold back up. So very messy mini. We need to figure out what to do with the reds. That's the biggest problem, but you know, not bad. We got I can get the gold on these weapons too. Since we're here. Demolisher cannon. Or blacklight game would be dope. Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah. It'd be like playing a game at night, but actually like turning out the lights, or like playing with really low lights. But then like the old man in me is like, I wouldn't be able to see anything, but also like that's the point. So it's, you know, that's what it is. I remember way back in the day, GW had they did a White Dwarf series for Kill Team, and this was before like, I mean, this was like 15 years ago, so it was before like Kill Team was a proper, you know, set game, and it was very much like they had rules for building out a squad, and if you wanted to play in like a campaign or whatever, you build out your squad, and then one player would always play like the goon squad, basically like the defenders, like the sentries and stuff, and the other player played their kill team, trying to accomplish the mission. And there's a lot of like stealth and like don't alert the guards and all this stuff, and rules for all that. And, like, that's how the game played. It was like Spec Ops 40K. And I remember they would do battle reports for it, which were like really fun to read. But a big part of it was like they would take the photos like in the dark, and it was like, I don't know, it was really cool to look at, showing like the infiltrating like Imperial Guard, you know, kill team, like the Kasserkin and stuff, and they're like trying to infiltrate whatever base. It was great. Like glow bowling is a ridiculous way to put it. Yeah, like some good dramatic lighting in there. It was nice. All right. So, I mean, we're slowly bringing this mini back from the brink, right? It's kind of getting there. Most of your demons are in fluoro. That's cool. Your Emperor's Children Land Raiders in fluoro? Wow. So the difference between these two tanks, I'm honestly kind of liking the Dracosan more, a little bit. I think this one probably is a little too bright at this point, now that I keep looking at it. But I look how giant this transport is compared. But yeah. It's getting there. I love this, the heavy stubbers. They're one piece. This whole thing was one piece to hook onto the rail. It's like the gun and the support there, which was really nice. Makes them really easy to deal with. Not a lot of like little pieces. Yeah, well, you know what? Real quick. That's my blood angels. Let's just see. Let's see what it looks like. Blood Angels red. We're just gonna put a little bit of color. Make the demons look otherworldly. Yeah. Makes sense. I don't know if this will look good or not. Acting as kind of a highlight before I do full highlight, I don't know. I've heard ball red is a really, really like vibrant contrast color. Any of you guys have used that could vouch for that. Yeah, it's kind of nice actually. It's like a really intense red. It still picks up the like all the grime and weathering underneath. I think that might work. Let's just go ahead and continue this. I think future Solar Auxilia tanks, I don't think I'm going to paint the gold trim on them. I think if we avoid that, my whole life is going to be a lot better. Cover up any dry brush mistakes too. He's red. Yeah, that looks really good. That red looks really good. Still weathered, still like intense. Something there. Right. Okay, we're figuring this out. Takes a bit of trial and error. Right. In your opinion, do you think Dark Angels vehicles look better black or off-white? I think black. My personal opinion, black. But, I mean, I can see the off-white color. Black's probably a little more enjoyable to paint, too. With the Demolisher cannon on it. Yeah, nice little bit of red. Okay. Alright, it's looking good. We got something. We got something here. Alright. I think I'm going to call it there. So, I will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we'll be painting. I'll be, let's see, we're not doing Votann. Most likely some Space Marines, but we'll see. We'll see what's on the docket, what we got to do. So, yeah, I'll be back kind of starting the next commission while I finish up this Votann stuff. But with that, you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful afternoon and evening. I will see you all tomorrow. Cool, I'll take a look, Groovy. All right.